Hey, are you making one or more of the 7 deadly morning routine sins that are holding you back in life? You know, those things that the gurus tell you to do but are actually holding you back? Well, listen, I'm a farm boy turned personal trainer turned millionaire who doesn't do those 7 deadly morning sins, and I'm going to absolve you of those sins today so that you become a high performing entrepreneur. All right, sin number one is that you're getting up and you're spending a ton of time on journaling, whether it's free form journaling or gratitude journaling. You're doing all of that writing when you should be working on your most important task. Even if you're getting up and doing your to-do list in the morning, you're already too late. Your to-do list must be done the night before because research, Daniel Pink in his book, When, the Scientifically Perfect Time for Doing Everything, goes over the research that shows we have the greatest discipline, willpower, and intention in the morning. That's right, you gotta get a DWI in the morning. You have to get up and work on the hardest thing first when you have the energy to crush it. And so if you're getting up and you're doing la-di-da journaling for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, it's a waste of the most important moments and minutes in your morning. So you must move those things to later. Listen, they're still important. I journal, I do gratitude journaling every single night, but I do it at the end of the day and reflect back, and I learn so much more. Doing journaling in the morning is just a waste of time because it stops you from eating that frog. So the second morning routine sin is going over to like YouTube or the Calm app or the Headspace app and doing a long meditation first thing in the morning. Listen, again, I meditate. I do not meditate first thing in the morning because I have to get up and go after my most important work. So here's what I do is I get up, within 12 minutes, am sitting at my desk, I'm hydrated, and yeah, I've gone to the bathroom and I've washed my face, but I'm working on my number one most important task that I decided on what to do the night before, and then I get up and I crush that for 30, 60, 90 minutes. I've had a victory and went, yes, I am awesome, as you will when you do this. And then I go to YouTube and I do my guided meditation, or I just listen to some meditation music, or I just sit there and I breathe. But here's the thing. You probably think, well, what's the difference if you do the meditation first? If you do the meditation first, and especially if you use an app or if you use YouTube, well, we all know the rabbit hole that YouTube can send you down. And so you do the meditation and you're like, oh, maybe I'll just watch this other video on like binaural beats or something. Or if you're using an app, well, you have to turn your Wi-Fi on and all of a sudden the text messages start coming in. And you're like, oh, I'll just respond to this one. Maybe I'll go to Instagram, and the next thing you know, you've lost your time. And even if you don't get sucked down the rabbit hole of the iPhone, you still are using up that time in the morning when you have the greatest discipline, willpower, and intention. So, should you still meditate? Yes. But should you only do it as a reward after you've eaten that frog? Absolutely. The third sin in the morning routine list is getting up, getting cranked on caffeine, and then lifting some kilos. Don't work out first thing in the morning. All right, there's a couple of reasons why, and I'm gonna tell you one that most people don't know first. And that reason why you shouldn't work out first thing in the morning is that your lower back is actually at the greatest risk of injury first thing in the morning. You see, when we sleep at night, the discs in between our spinal column actually fill up with fluid. They're kind of like a giant hamburger. And when you go and do crunches or you round forward, maybe in a deadlift or a squat, you squeeze the disc on the one side and it can shoot out the other side, and that's a disc herniation. So actually working out in the morning is dangerous to your body. You need to be up for a couple hours before you lift. The second reason is, again, it's eating into that time when you are most creative, productive, and energetic. And so I had this friend of mine, Sean Hadsel. He's a great copywriter, really buff dude, about 50 years old. And he loved to wake up, do his hour of power, do a morning workout, and then he started to write copy at about 10 in the morning. But his team wanted to email him and call him, and he never got around to writing good copy at all. He barely got a bit of work done, and his business was starting to plateau. And then when I said to him, Sean, you're gonna do it my way. You're going to push the workout till later. Well, here's the thing. He finally got up, ate that frog, wrote that copy, and then he did a workout on his business. And then he was able to work out later, guilt-free, and move ahead in life. So move your workout to later. It will absolutely help you get more results and make more money. And again, use it as a reward, not as the kickstart to your day. I am worthy, I am worthy, I am worthy. Another morning routine sin. Oh, it's deadly to your productivity when you wake up and you chant affirmations. Listen, I get it. Maybe you need a little pump up. All right, but if you're getting up and chanting affirmations for 10, 15 minutes, if you can't get dialed in without doing that, well, you're again wasting some of the most important minutes and moments of the morning, and that's going to hold you back from success. So listen, if you need to do that, do it the night before so it primes you and primes your subconscious mind, and it really gets you in that groove and you really truly believe it. And then so you can wake up in the morning and be that productivity machine who doesn't waste those magic moments, all right? Again, we have to get up and eat that frog. And what eating that frog means, because you've heard me say it many times, is that you get to work on the hardest thing, the most important task, the thing that you will put off until later because you don't want to do it. You'd rather chant affirmations into a mirror. But you don't need to do that. Better time to do is at night so you can get up and work on your project. Because as Mark Twain said, and this is where Eat That Frog came from, Mark Twain said, if your job is to eat a frog, best thing to do is eat it first thing in the morning. And if your job is to eat two frogs, yes, you got to eat that biggest frog first. Oh, I love reading first thing in the morning. Yeah, everybody loves reading first thing in the morning because it's the easiest thing to do. It is such a perverse form of procrastination. So whether you're reading to get motivated or to educate yourself, or whether you're going on YouTube and watching some videos, or maybe watching Eric Thomas get people pumped up, both of these are massive sins to your productivity. They are going to stop you from being successful. Now, do I read? Absolutely. I read every single afternoon just before dinner. And maybe sometimes I read a little bit in bed, but I read at the end of the day. Sometimes I read to put myself to sleep, but I don't read in my morning magic time. Please do not make this mistake. And I know how tempting it is to get up and look at the hardest thing you have to do, eating that frog. You know, that project, that sales letter you have to write, that script you have to create, maybe even sitting down and working on your debt and figuring out how the heck am I going to get out of debt, or whatever it is, that hard thing. It's so much easier to pick up a book and just get lost in it. But that is not what makes you unstoppable. Instead, it is getting up and crushing your morning routine by doing the hardest work first. I'll just hit snooze. I'll just hit snooze and tell my hopes and dreams that they can wait. Not gonna do that. So the sixth sin of a morning routine is hitting snooze. Because when you snooze, you'll lose. There's two reasons why. First, my friend Bedros Keuilian, the man, the myth, the legend behind the book, Man Up, said, Craig, listen, if you hit snooze, you're telling your hopes and dreams that they can wait. And you're not going to do that, are you? Tell your hopes and dreams that they can wait? Never, ever, ever. Now, the second reason why you can't hit snooze is because when you hit snooze, you go into a crappy, shallow sleep, and then the snooze button goes off again, and you wake up even more tired than you were before. So hitting snooze crushes your dreams. Not only does it tell them they can wait, it crushes them, crushes your productivity. So don't make that mistake and don't sin that sin. Our seventh and final sin will make many people very, very angry because I'm going to tell you not to do yoga first thing in the morning. Again, it is a perverse form of procrastination. I get it. Yoga's good. I do some of it, but I do not do it first thing in the morning when my most important task is sitting there looking at me, laughing at me and saying, well, you're not going to do this work again and your business is going to struggle and you'll never write that book, but, oh, you'll be flexible. Listen, I get it. I get it. Yoga's good. It calms us down. Maybe I need to calm down a bit. I know I'm pretty pumped because your morning means so much to me. And I want you to make the most of the minutes that matter so that you move ahead on the projects that will push ahead your business, that will help you write those books. I wrote my book 15 minutes in the morning over the course of 24 weeks, 6 days a week. That gave me 500 words a day. That gave me a 60,000 word book, and it changed my life. Will yoga change your life? Sure. Can you do yoga at any time of the day? Absolutely. Will writing a book or creating a new sales letter or building a business change your life? Yes. And can you do it at any time of the day? Yes. Will you do it at any time of the day? No, because the harder things must be done first. And if you try to do them when you're tired or fatigued, you don't have the discipline, the willpower, or the intention to follow through. But you can pull off a few stretches anytime, anywhere. When it comes down to it, all high performers have a choice. Give in to the 7 deadly sins that have held you back so far, and they'll continue to hold you back for the rest of your life. Or go all in on focusing on your most important task first thing in the morning and getting stuff done. GSD on your MIT ASAP, get rid of those 7 deadly sins, and you'll join the rank of the high performers who have the money, who have the freedom, who have the impact, who have the influence, who have the network, who have the success, habits, and rituals in place to be an 11 out of 10 every single day. That's where I want you to be. And I'll see you on the other side, all right? Join me on Instagram at RealCraigBallantyne. Go to CraigBallantyne.com if you want to work with me. And if you need to get your mornings in gear, go to PerfectDayFormula.com and get the program that's changing lives around the world, all right? Now, make sure to watch my next YouTube video coming up next.